Welcome. This is a basic needle felting tutorial where we're going to be felting onto a base fabric. So we need something to use as a backing, and we're going to have some roving wool, and you'll probably have some different colors. We're going to have I like to use a piece of felt material that then we attach the roving wool to. And this material usually has some kind of design on it. You can draw your own design, you can print out a design, or if you are creative and want to just improv a design, you can do that without having anything on the backing itself. And so we want to use a needle, a felting needle, and you'll see these needles have, they get thin at the end and they have barbs, and that is what pulls the roving wool in through the this piece of felt material and pretty much kind of sews the wool into your backing material. And so it really is just as simple as lining up the wool where you'd like to have it and then poking. The main thing you want to keep in mind is these needles can be really brittle and they're very sharp. So you want to make sure that you enter your material and pull out in the same direction. Otherwise you can bend and break the needle. The other thing you want to be cautious of is to keep your fingers away from where you're stabbing, because you can easily stab a finger and that is painful. Yeah, and so you just felt in. If you don't like the color you chose, you can easily take it out and start with a different color. And it's kind of like a paint by numbers. You just fill in with the roving wool color that you would like in a certain area and you start stabbing away. So a pattern like this generally takes me probably about 2 hours, and let me show you a couple finished projects. So this is a pattern that I did recently, and then this was the finished pattern, or this is another one that I did. Different folks like to sometimes leave a little bit of that base felt, or sometimes you cover it all in. It really depends on what you're looking for in a style and what you like to do. And this is another one. When you get to the point where you're finished, there is one other thing that you want to keep in mind and do. So when you pull off your felted piece, you'll see on the back there's a lot of fibers on the back. And so what I usually do is you just kind of press those in a direction, almost comb those in a direction, and then you just use your needle to tighten in the edges, and then you get a nice clear edge on this side where there isn't any fabric or wool kind of coming out from the back. A couple helpful tips. When you get your roving wool, it'll be usually in a little bundle like this, and the roving wool is generally it's in a long piece, and so wool naturally has a place where you can pull it apart, and it comes very easily. So you really don't need to use scissors. When you're felting, you really only need a small amount of roving wool. So you always want to start with less than more when you start your felting project. And so you'd be amazed at how far a little bit can go. So you don't necessarily need to cut. You can just kind of pull, and if you're having trouble pulling, try to spread the wool apart a little bit so it's not so tight, and then go ahead and do a gentle pull, and that'll give you a nice piece to work with. I like to use a color wheel when I am picking out my colors. There are certain colors that just look better together. For example, orange and blue are opposite of each other on the color wheel, so they are what's called complementary colors, and they look really nice together.